Yeah, it's good.
Three sandwiches of fried eggs, lettuce, tomato, cheese, fried onions, and mayonnaise. Add one entire omelet, an entire bowl of grits, three slices of French toast with powdered sugar, all washed down with free chocolate chip pancakes. This is what Michael Phelps eats for breakfast on a normal day when he's training. And the kicker is that he's been eating like this ever since he was a teenager. Anderson Cooper of CBS says that Phelps consumes 12,000 calories a day, which basically means he eats way too much in one day. Phelps is one of the most decorated swimmers of all time, and a lot of people think that he isn't normal, and that's basically because he isn't. So today we will discuss how Big Mike, what some people like to call Phelps, first discovered swimming, how his body was designed for swimming, and how he came to winning 8 gold medals in the Beijing Olympics. So first, let's dive into how he discovered swimming. When Phelps was young, his mom discovered that he had ADHD, so she basically threw him in the pool and signed him up for swim lessons just to give him something to do and to keep him out of her hair. Phelps had two swimmers, two sisters. Their names were Whitney and Hillary. They both swam competitively for a number of years, and Phelps always looked up to him. He always wanted to do what they did, so once he started swim lessons, he wanted to swim competitively just like his sisters did. According to Phelps in his own book, No Limits, the Will to Succeed, swimming came naturally to him and he just became better and better at it. Once he got older, he joined the North Baltimore Aquatics Club where he swam competitively for a number of years. Eventually, he moved to the University of Michigan where he enrolled in school and he trained there, and that's where he continues to train today. At North Baltimore Aquatics Club, he teamed up with fellow Olympic swimmer Katie Hoff. He's trained with her for a number of years, and he still trains with her today. Phelps couldn't swim in high school or college competitively because he was sponsored by Speedo. So, in high school and college sports, if you have an endorsement deal with any company, you're not allowed to participate in any sports. With swimming being a big part of his life, let's swim over and talk about how Phelps doesn't have a normal body and how it's basically designed for swimming. Ian Spiegelman of Gawker.com commented on how his body is so abnormal. He furthers and says that although Phelps is only 6 foot 4 inches tall, his wingspan is 6 foot 7 inches, and his torso is 6 foot. It would be um, his. I'm just trying to. He's only 6 foot 4 inches tall, and he has a wingspan of 6 foot 7 inches. His torso is of somebody who would be 6'8", and his legs are of somebody who would be 5'10". His powerful upper body and long arms give him a very fast and efficient stroke, while his short and powerful legs produce a strong, powerful kick, and they produce very little. Anderson Cooper of CBS News says that Michael Phelps' body produces less than half the lactic acid of a normal person, so that means that his muscles perform more effectively for a longer period of time. Which brings up one of his biggest competitions yet, the Beijing. Training for Beijing was anything but easy for Phelps. According to extreme athletes, Carolee Sappett states that his swimming workout consisted of 100-meter swims and varied repetitions. Sappett furthers and says that when he would do a sprint workout, he would be swimming anywhere from 60,000 meters a week to 70,000 meters a week. And when 800 of those, he'd be swimming at race pace, which means he'd be swimming all out. And when he would do endurance workouts, he'd swim between 80,000 and 90,000 meters a week, which is basically like competing in a marathon every day. Phelps swam for 550 times a year for 5 years straight, not missing a single day. He even swam on the day of the senior prom. Phelps couldn't really live a normal life training for these games. He didn't really have a social life, and he couldn't really go out and spend time with friends and go out and have fun because everything he did had to be put into swimming and training for the Olympics. Although he had to sacrifice most of his social life, it all paid off. Phelps won a record-setting 8 gold medals in Beijing. He won eight events, including the 400 medley relay, the 400 free relay, the 800 free relay, the 200 IM, the 400 IM, the 100 fly, the 200 fly, and the 200 freestyle. This would complete another chapter in the greatest swimmer of all time. So today we talked about Michael Phelps, and because he dedicated himself to swimming so much, he's continuing to do the thing he loves for the rest of his life. He's proved to everybody that anything is possible, and he's benefited greatly from swimming. Since Beijing, he started the Michael Phelps Foundation, which helps little kids learn water safety. So look for Michael Phelps in London in 2012, so you can see what kind of jaw-dropping feats he accomplishes in his last Olympic show. Just like Big Mike always says, you can't put a limit on anything.